Have you ever picked up your phone just to check something and suddenly half an hour's just disappeared? It's starting to become a part of our everyday lives now. Getting sucked into something on our phones and losing time to essentially nothing, like brain rot and drama and world news. Our phones are incredible devices, and there's a reason we all have and need one. They're full of utility and power, but big companies have found a way to profit by keeping us online and consuming. Most of us check our phones over 100 times a day and don't even realize we're doing it. All that time that could be used to improve and create, wasted on Twitter and Instagram, and for some people even fucking Facebook, of all places. Recently, I've started to realize how much of my time and my mental energy is taken up by this small little rectangle in my pocket. And I mean, even now I'm checking it despite having no notifications, and I don't even have any interest in looking. The scary thing about our phones is that it doesn't feel like a waste of time while you're using it. But the moment you put it down, you realize how much time you've actually wasted. And how much time do you think you spend on your phone, daily or even weekly? I'd like to ask each and every one of you to quickly check your screen time for today and the past week. I've been really trying to crack down on my usage, yet I still manage to rack up like 5 to 6 hours on average per day. That's like an actual full-time job's worth of hours. I'm just consuming media and wasting time. It's actually like bonkers, awful. And that's down from an embarrassingly daily average from a couple months ago that I'm not entirely comfortable sharing on here, to be honest. But obviously, not all time on our phone is wasted. Some of that time is important. We're replying to friends and family. Some of it's recreational. I mostly rack up a lot of time on YouTube. A large chunk is just reading a load of bollocks on Twitter or watching highlight reels of someone's life on Instagram. And most of it is just fake and used to rage bait or garner attention, either so someone can profit from it or someone can feel better about themselves, or even just to put you down and make you feel worse. And the crazy thing is it's like a constant dopamine cycles. Our brain's not meant to be this wired into everything all the time, and it's breaking a lot of people. We here on this channel want to improve our lives and become better, And I think a good start would just be to learn about and find ways to stop this cycle of endless scrolling. I think I could talk about this topic for an incredibly long time, but I'm just going to try to keep it short because I'm sure we can talk about more of these things in the future. Talking about average screen time, I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels like they have very limited free time, right? Or I can't be the only one that routinely says I have no time for things. I seem to have 5 hours a day to just sit on my phone. Time I could be doing anything else. Even just sitting with my thoughts would be more beneficial for me and my mental health. And I'm sure that's the same for a lot of you watching, right? Being plugged into the internet or being terminally online and constantly consuming information is trashing our brains and our dopamine receptors. It's preventing us from thinking clearly, sleeping well, finding motivation to do the simplest things. Even now, after trying to detox from it all a little bit, I find myself wanting to pick up my phone and just check what's going on. Do you guys ever feel like you're just constantly distracted and you find it hard to focus on what you're doing and find it's procrastinating all the important things? But for me, that was an everyday occurrence, and often it can still be that. But reducing my time in that constant dopamine cycle has helped me spend that time I would be wasting on actual important things. Well, not even important things, just things I'd prefer to be doing. Gonna go on a little bit of a tangent here about dopamine, but trust me, It's important. Talking about dopamine, I even have the chemical symbol for it tattooed on my arm, which is silly, but it was my first tattoo that I got back before, like, my phone and my life humbled my little ape brain into becoming a consuming loser. And I mainly just got it because I love chocolate, to be honest. So I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've seen lots of other people discuss and probably better describe dopamine than I'm about to. And obviously I'm not exactly the most knowledgeable on this subject, but dopamine is basically one of those happy chemicals in your brain. It's used to reward you. It's like linked to addictions because that little reward feels incredible. So your body chooses to do the quickest and easiest thing to get that hit of dopamine. So if you love chocolate and you take a bite, your brain gets a hit. And if you smoke and you take a drag, your brain gets that hit and it just keeps coming back for more. Even if you yourself don't want another bite of chocolate or a hit of a cigarette. And the same can be applied to your phone. Every new post, every notification, every refresh of your timeline gives you that hit your brain is craving. And companies and individuals on social media, they understand this. And they abuse it. And they abuse you through all sorts of different means. Like, short form content is the new big thing because it's just quick and it's easy. It doesn't take any brain power and it flushes you with dopamine every couple seconds because there's always new content and new things to consume. People vague post and rage bait on Twitter to get more engagement through people's curiosity. Instagram reels are full of short, useless stories or just full-on made-up AI slop. Just all quick and easy to digest. Also, they can get more likes and engagement and potentially make a profit from your downfall. Because at the end of the day, it's all about money, really. And companies and individuals, they don't care if they're harming you, if they're getting paid to do it. These apps are literally designed to keep you coming back and wasting your time and generating other people money. It's just like shops are designed to be confusing, so you get lost, you spend more time in the store, and you potentially purchase more items. I just want to add, I can't believe while I'm making this video and like recording this audio, I just can't stop myself from checking my phone. It's so ingrained in my little monkey brain, and it's like, and it's also completely normalized in society too, to just be hooked on your phone. Even when I've like recognized the problem and I'm actively trying to improve, I can still sometimes get sucked into it so quickly and so easily. And now when you go outside, you see everyone staring at screens, just consuming. It doesn't matter if they're young or old anymore. People are just walking the streets, not paying attention to the world around them. And it's actually insane, you know? This is some actual dystopian future shit you'd read about, like an old 1950s sci-fi novel. Tangent, but I watched Children of Men recently. Recommend it to absolutely everyone. It is an incredible movie, and I know it was probably made about 20 years ago, but it is so topical for nowadays and our current world. It's incredible. It's literally like looking into a glimpse of our future. It's nuts. Which is also kind of sad to say because the future doesn't look very good in this movie. But so yeah, I've watched Children of Men recently, and fucking Ed Westwick, so Chad from Gossip Girl, he just appears for 5 minutes as this terminally online freak. And he's just staring at screens, dull and unemotional, and the entire world is collapsing around him, and he's all he's bothered about is scrolling. And like, I'm genuinely scared we're all gonna end up like that one day, and like, it's starting to seem more plausible to me, you know? So let's move on to some of the little things I've been trying to do to help me with this problem. And also some things I want to try, like pick up and give a go. So turning off my notifications is just a really big one. so easy as well. I live in a house share, so I can't really put my phone in another room or anything, but even moving it further than arm's reach of my bed or my desk, or putting it in a drawer for a time, it just works absolute wonders. Especially when I want to focus on working or making a video, it's kind of crucial for me, really. I still have the urge to look, obviously, but just having it not close and intentionally not looking at or near it really seems to help me keep my mind on what I'm currently doing. Another one is just reading instead of scrolling. It's honestly changed my life. Before bed and when I wake up, or even just in the middle of the day, if I'm feeling like wasting time scrolling on my phone, I tend to now just open my book and read for half an hour, 45 minutes. It's anti-scrolling, you know? I'm coining that term, anti-scrolling. Reading is anti-scrolling. It's just slow release dopamine instead of a quick hit. It slows down your brain and it makes your thoughts more clear and legible. And it just feels like it's reversing the damage my phone was doing to my brain and my psyche. And it's also really fun. And it's also not trying to profit off me or making me feel some unwanted emotions like Twitter usually does, you know? They can't put ads in books, or at least they haven't tried to yet. And I would also like to say I go on walks without my phone, but that would just be straight up a lie. It sits in my pocket, and it does make me feel comfortable having it there when I do go for a walk, but I've stopped wanting to listen to music when I walk, or a YouTube video. Sometimes I still treat myself, but especially when I'm working to and from work, I tend to just leave the earphones at home. There's something really meditative. There's something really meditative about walking and listening to the world around you. And it's such a shame people miss out on the beauty of everyday life just because they can't look up from their phone. Now, I'm definitely not perfect, but I'm actively trying to use my phone less, be more intentional with my time, and stop constantly consuming information and actually create things that I could be proud of. And I hope all of you would like to do the same. The biggest problem with phones isn't just the time we are collectively wasting, pumping our brains with slop. It's the things we could be doing with all that time instead. You know? Learning, thinking, relaxing, talking to people, creating things. And I hope we can all try and improve the habits that revolve around our phones and actually use our time more productively. I have a feeling it would help us all in the long run. If not mentally, then even physically. And even spiritually, I mean, if you're that way inclined, go for it. I think the goal isn't to remove phones from our lives completely. Obviously, they are incredibly useful and they are needed, and there's a reason we all have one. But we just need to be more intentional with our usage and our time on our phones. If the world keeps going the way it is, our phones will continue to steal away our time and our mental fortitude. And I think it's slowly damaging and killing people in not only my generation, but the generation older and the generation younger. This is an issue for everyone. If you've been watching this far, I just want to thank you. I don't know why I really enjoyed making this video for some reason. Don't know. Maybe it's a topic close to my heart, and I'm sure it's close to everyone else's heart, but this was fun to make. And I did try to keep it short. It's a little bit longer than I had wanted to, because I can't help myself but waffle. But I'm sure a lot of these points we can delve deeper into in the future. So tell me, how's your relationship with your phone? How's everything going in your life? And I love you. Bye-bye.